Sorry I kept you waiting forever and a day, but now we're out here together with nothing standing in our way. Can you feel the attraction? Feel the attraction. Can you feel it between us? This energy's inside us like electricity. Feel the love running through like electricity. Feel the love running through like electricity. Like electricity. Taking over your body, it's flowing through your mind. This feeling's got me on fire. Don't ever leave it all behind. Can you feel the attraction? Feel the attraction. Can you feel it between us? This energy's inside us like electricity. Feel the love running through like electricity. Feel the love. Can you feel me? Ooh, can you feel me?
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, race fans. How are we this evening? Welcome back to GRDC TV on a Sunday night. That can mean, of course, only one thing. It is our Luke Addison Racing Sunday Series 3. This is round 5, and this is Laguna Seca. Good evening, Ruthless Mate. How are you? I'm doing the commentary tonight, so wish the guys luck. I'm all right sitting here, not stressing about the dust on the outside of the track. Anyway, so this is round 5. We head into the mid-season break after tonight. So let's see how the current standings are. So let's take a look at our pro standings at the moment. So we've got Rich Gasson leading Dan Moffat by 5 points. And we've got Steve Morgan and Dmitry Chebenko both tied on 69 points, closely followed by Cormac Quinn on 63 and Paul Sims on 61. It's a shame that Cormac and Dmitry both recorded penalty points for not signing out. I know Cormac had some issues and not able to do it, but it's a shame because he would have been right up there in second place at the moment. So that would have been even closer than it currently is at the moment. So let's have a look at Pro-Am. Because the guys are, it's all very, very close all the way through both classes at the moment. So we've got John Bunny Mitchell leading the way on 84 points. George Flint's also got 84 points, but Bunny got his first position first, so is on top of the pile at the moment. We've got 2 people on 75 points, Graham Hefford and Chrissy Wilson. Chrissy's not racing tonight, so it gives Graham opportunity to stretch his points above Chris. But Aero on 64 points and Paul Garnham on 60 points. Both got the opportunity to close in on Chrissy Wilson and potentially get past him on points tonight. Let's have a look at our AM class. Again, nice and tight in AM. Got Kev Walker, who's having a cracking season, on 91 points. 2 people on 85 points. We've got Yannick Shaper and Renato Ribeiro on 85 points, second and third. Jordan Canty, the younger of the 2 Cantys, on 79 points. And then there's a little bit of a drop back to his old man Canty on 64. So let's get back to that. And completely lose my cursor. Here we go. Right. So we've got 4.5 minutes left on the clock. So let's just update you with a couple of things, latest news from GRDC. This is going to be the last Luke Addison Racing sponsored Sunday series. Not because we want it to or Luke wants it to finish, but because we're now a bronze partner on SimGrid. We have more restrictions about us. We get lots, but we're also not able to use another sponsor that offers setups and coaching, obviously, because you've got the Coach Dave Academy, Coach Dave Delta, and the setups and everything like that. So this is the last season. It will be the Luke Addison Racing Sunday Series. Potentially is the last season of ACC, but we have started talks tonight to do something with the Sunday Series once the season ends, and of course we'll keep you all up to date with that as it unfolds, but we won't have the live commentary, we won't have the trophies, and obviously won't have the sponsored prizes of the coaching and setups like we have at the moment. What else we got? So this coming Wednesday is the warm-up round for our World Sprint Championship, which is now sponsored by Coach Dave Delta, which is really, really good news for us and exciting times. So we've got setup bundles and Coach Dave Delta prizes to give away. We will be giving those away before the first round proper, which is a week on Wednesday. Back to the action tonight. In the practice sessions, looking very, very close at the top of the timing tower between Steve Morgan and Rich Gasson. Expect again to see Steve Morgan, Richie Gasson, Paul Sims, Danny Moffat really battling it out. And maybe the likes of Chubenko, Yaroshenko and Stevie Howes, Derek Burr can get involved tonight as well. This is one of those tracks, it's a bit of a Marmite track. Not the most loved track in ACC. Relatively short lap. So back marker traffic could come into play. And potentially change results, close gaps, stretch gaps. It's only we've got 5 Pro-Ams racing tonight. I think we're still missing Jules. I've not seen that she's signed out. So that will be a close battle again between the likes of Graham Hefford, John Bunny Mitchell, Paul Garnham. Evening, Si. Welcome to the stream, my friend. So we've got a minute left in practice, free practice at the moment, as we watch Mr. Chubenko take a cruise in the sand. Sand is quite tricky, can get slippery on the outside of some of the corners. It's so easy to get a couple of wheels over the edge, spin them up, and of course see the back of your car come around facing the front. One of the worst pit exits as well. One of the longest ones. You want to floor it, but then you've got that tight bend to contest with right on the exit of turn 1. So it can be a bit tricky. As we head towards the end of free practice and the start of qualifying. Oh, cheers. Thank you. It's good fun. I enjoy this. Do enjoy it. Rather be racing, but I don't race ACC now. But, so enjoy giving the chaps some commentary. Be interesting to see also how Richard Cook does tonight as well, because he was new to the Mustang this season, races it here and over at Sim Seniors. So, but he's starting to get to grips with it after a couple of weeks of some slow-paced races. Right, bear with me a sec. Right, as the guys come out to quali, and I prepare myself, let's just pop this up a sec. Right then, off to the action. As normal, he's normally the first one out of the pits for quali. We see Dan Moffat, his Iron Brew liveried Ferrari, just coming down the corkscrew. And this seems to have happened the last few weeks, that we'll jump on board. Dan, and we'll get a lap round Laguna Seca. And Moffat, of course, one of our club trustees, and he absolutely loves this track, so no excuses from Dan tonight. As Dan comes out of the corkscrew and heads towards the last couple of corners. This is always the most trickiest bit of the stream, trying to catch everybody's laps as they come in, or finding their names on the timing tower to flick to them is the most difficult bit, to be honest. As Danny Moffat crosses the line for 1:23.362. Richard Gasson crosses the line, takes pole for 1:22.292. Paul Sims crosses the line, 1:23.907. Steve Morgan's gone second with 1:22.532. Number 27 is heading on down. I can't find him on my timing tower at all. 992's Aero is on a hot lap. He's coming around at the moment. So, and crosses line for 1:24.490. Kev Walker has posted a time. Where's 24? There he is. John Bunny Mitchell. Kev Walker has taken pole currently for AM for 1:24.392. And he's currently 11th overall. We're on board with John Bunny Mitchell at the moment, who's pulled over. Dan is behind him next. Graham Hefford has posted pole currently for Pro-Am with a 1:23.845 and is 9th overall. Dan is not up at the moment. Derek Bird is the next one on a flying lap. He's 2.5 tenths up on his previous lap. Crosses the line with a 1:23.397. Number 248 is James Payton, 9 tenths up, and jump up to 7th for 1:23.227. Number, I can't find it. Number 12, Yoroshenko's crossed the line with third with 22.562. Cookie's gone 6th with a 1:23.172. Paul Gardham's half a second up, going to cross the line, takes pole in Pro-Am. 10th overall, 1:23.632. 28 is Yannick Shaper, takes pole currently in Av, 1:24.162. I told you they moved too fast for me. 99 is Old Man Canty. He's posted a time of 1:27.057. That is 4th in AM at the moment. Number 24 is Bunny, if I can find him. There he is. So hasn't posted a time yet. Our current Pro-Am Championship leader is going to cross the line with a 1:24.290. Steve Morgan did take pole, but Richard Gasson has just nicked it straight after with 1:21.865 for Richard Gasson. Steve Morgan a 1:22.077. 42, Paul Sims crossed the line for 1:22.812. 227. Graham Hefford back onto pole in pro over 1:23.612. Number 6, Rob Homer has gone 4th in pro and 15th overall, 1:24.380. 3:30. Kev Walker has pipped. No, he hasn't, because Shaper's just taking it back. Kev Walker 2nd in Anvil, 1:24.100. Yannick Shaper pipped it from him, 1:23.952. But Jordan Canty has gone pole in Anvil, 1:23.812. It all happens far too quick for me to bring you them as they cross the line. Steve Howes has overtaken Danny Moffat and gone 4th with a 1:22.622. Derek Bird is up on his current laps, 1.5 seconds up. He's going to improve, goes 8th with a 1:23.035. 248. James Payton goes 5th, 1:22.605. Cookie's gone 3rd with 1:22.310. I said he was the one to keep your eye on. 81. Chabenko goes 4th with 1:22.522. Number 6, Rob Homer goes 3rd in Pro Anvil, 1:23.647, 13th overall. 3:30. Kev Walker's gone back to pole in AM, 14th overall with 1:23.722. Just under 7 minutes left on the clock. Right, who's next? 97 is Mikey Ball. 1:27.282. 21st overall, 6th in AM. Old Man Canty 1:26.430. We've got the Shaper cheering gang in the chat. That's good to see. Right, who's next on a flyer? Derek Bird is the next one to come round on a valid lap, but he's just lost a bit of time coming out of the last corner. 248. James Payton is 3/10 up. He's going to improve to 3rd with a 1:22.287. This is going to come in fast and furious. Paul Sims is not on a valid lap just at the moment. 2:27. Graham Hefford doesn't improve. Number 12, Yaroshenko, not on a flyer. Paul Garnham is a 10.5 up and improves his pole in Pro Anvil, 1:22.937 and 10th overall. Right, Mikey Ball, number 97, is the next one to come round. Round to the last corner is just a fraction up and is going to improve to a 1:27.210. Danny Moffat's not up at the moment. Number 24 is John Bunny Mitchell, 3/10 up, across the line, 4th in Pro and 1:23.882, 16th overall. 7:01 is Derek Bird. He's almost doing exactly the same lap time for the last 2 laps. He's not going to improve. Number 248, James Payton is not up at the moment. Cookie is not up at the moment. Paul Sims is just under a 10th up. He's going to post exactly the same lap time. 227, Graham Hefford is not improving. 158. Our man in Amsterdam, Frankie, is not up at the moment. Number 28. I've lost it on the timing tower. Yannick Shaper is not up. Everyone's setting exactly the same lap times. It's in the green, but 0:00. Except for Mikey Ball. Mikey Ball is nearly 4/10 up as he heads to the last corner. There's 4 minutes left on the clock. He's half second up now. He's going to improve. Just lost a little bit coming out of the last corner, but he's going to improve. 1:26.880 for Mikey Ball. Doesn't improve in position, but does in time. 992. Aero, I can't find you quick enough, my friend. Improved to a 124.490. 330. Kev Walker is posting exactly the same time. 969. Steve Howes is just fractionally up at the moment. Nope, posted the same time when he crossed the line. Everyone's just losing a little bit of time out of the corner. Jordan is improved to 123.812. Stays second in AM. But goes quicker. Number 12. Yaroshenko is not up. Frankie, our man in Amsterdam, is not. That wasn't up either. Right, number 81. Jabenko is not up. Number 6. Rob Homer is not improving at the moment. Dan Moffat is on a hot lap, but is currently a second down. Dan feeling the pressure at his favourite track tonight. 24 behind him is Bunny Mitchell, but is not up at the moment. 97. Mikey Ball is not up at the moment. 78 behind him. Richie Gasson, our current pole sitter, is not up at the moment. 163 is Steve Morgan, who is almost up at the moment. See how he comes out. Just gains a little bit of time coming out the last corner. It is going to improve, but it's not going to be enough. 121.995. He's getting closer to Richie's time. Cookie is not up at the moment. Renato Ribeiro joined the server late, it seems, and is going to cross the line with a oh, he's not. He wasn't a valid lap. Number 158. Our man in Amsterdam, Frankie, is going to improve just a little bit. 123.747. Number 81, Chabenko, is fractionally up. He's going to improve. It's not going to be enough to gain another position. 122.430. Number 6, Rob Homer, exactly the same lap time at the moment. Paul Sims is going round, not up at the moment. Danny Moffat, here we go. He is nearly. Oh, it's just a bit of time. He's gained it. He's gained it coming out of the corner. He's half a second up on his previous lap time. Is going to jump up to third with 122.115. Who is next? Number 97 is Mikey Balls, half a second up. He's going to improve to a. Oh, he didn't. Must have not been a valid lap. Number 78. So Steve Morgan has taken over pole position. I missed the crossing the line, sorry. For 121.590. I can't see where anybody else is. It's all happening too fast. The track is too small for me to keep up with them. Our man in Amsterdam is going to improve. We've got 20 seconds left on the clock. Last chance saloon for people. Frank improves, goes second in Anvil, 123.675. Number 81. Jabenko is not up at the moment, but crosses line is going to get another chance. All Sims is up at the moment, 2-3 tenths up as he crosses the line. Just lost a bit of time coming out of the corner. It's going to be his last chance. Doesn't improve in position, but 122.635. James Payton is fourth at the moment, 122.287. Mikey Ball is not on a valid lap. Number 12 is Yaroshenko. God, I can't pronounce his name properly. He's not going to improve. Richie Gasson is going to slightly improve, but it's not going to be enough to take pole. Cruise with 121.865. Number 330. Kev Walker's not on a hot lap. That's quality over. I'm going to catch your breath. Back in a sec. Good evening, Gazar. Hello, my friend, Mr. Wallace. How are you? Right, so let's just run you through the grid. So Steve Morgan has taken pole in the race, 121.590. Richie Gasson is second with 121.865. Danny Moffat nicked third at the death with a 122.115. Your pole sitter in Pro-Am is Mr. Paul Garnham in his Nissan with a 122.937, 10th overall. Right behind him on the grid is the second positioned Pro-Am, Graham Hefford, 123.190. Rob Homer putting in a 123.305 to be third in Pro-Am, 13th overall, and next to Graham on the grid. Mr. Shaper, Yannick Shaper has taken pole for AM, 14th overall, 123.610. Our man in Amsterdam, Frankie, 16th overall, second in AM for 123.675. Kev Walker, our current championship AM leader, 17th overall, third in AM for 123.722. So this is going to get exciting. Small twisty track with not a lot of room for error if you run wide. Kicking up the sand will not do you any favours whatsoever. So we just wait for the session to tick over. Here we go. So as the guys make their final preparations, now they are on the grid. We'll jump to Helicam. We'll jump to Cookie. And so let me know in the chat who you think is going to take honours in pole, who's going to take honours in Pro-Am, who's going to take honours in AM. Not a lot splits these guys. All the way through Pro-Am and AM, it is hard fought. The points are very, very even in the championship standings. So it's going to be interesting. With such a small track, of course, only a short lap time, there is going to be potential back markers to deal with. So if you are not familiar with the rules we've got this season, we've got a 60-minute race. There is a mandatory pit stop for tyres, but refueling is not allowed. No refueling, so they've got to take the whole amount of fuel. As the grid sets off around this, one of the shortest laps, probably the shortest, I think, actually. You think time-wise, I mean, on some of these guys probably doing quicker laps here than they would perhaps at Brands Hatch. But this is going to be a feisty one. I will do my very best to bring you all of the action. It is a hell of a lot easier to jump between the battles once everybody has crossed the line at the end of lap one. So before the racing gets underway, don't forget to smash that like button. It's most appreciated. It helps bring a bit of awareness for the stream, a bit of awareness for GRDC. And if you're not subscribed yet, why not? Doesn't cost anything. Subscribe, get involved. There will be more streams coming with our Le Mans Ultimate races on a Wednesday. Going to be streamed as of a week on Wednesday. So lots more to come. So if you haven't joined the Discord yet, the link to the GRDC Discord is in the description. Come get involved. This is what we do currently on a Sunday night. We also race on a Monday, Wednesday as of this week, and a Friday on LMU. We also do a bit of Wreckfest on a Saturday night as well. Shaper gang here. Kev Walgett, a really good opponent. It will be an interesting battle between them. Absolutely. Absolutely will be. Yannick's first season with us here at GRDC. Kev has been with us since we launched the Sunday series, I believe. So as the chaps head down to and around the last corner, heading to the start line, waiting for the lights to go green. Green, green, green. We are racing here at Laguna Seca. This is round 5 of the Luke Addison Racing Sunday Series 3. All very clean. Just Jordan just caught. He just caught the rear of Paul Garnham's car then, and there was a little bit of fuckery coming out of turn 2 as we see Richard Cook making his way past Chabenko, but Chabenko has got Steve Howes, and that's Yaroshenko running wide as the guys head to the corkscrew for the first time. Jordan having a bit of a mare to the start of this race as he runs. Has to take avoiding action, going in too hot to the corkscrew. Right, let's start to zero in on some of the action. We've got a gaggle of cars. So we see Derek Bird making a move stick on Steve Howes, moving up to 8th. So with the kerfuffle at the start of the race, Rob Homer leads Pro-Am at the moment, 9th overall. John Bunny Mitchell 2nd in Am at the moment, but it's got a lot of pressure from behind the likes of Yannick Shaper at the moment. It's just jumped back to Kev Walker, putting a lot of pressure on Old Man Canty. I'll do my best to flick between the battles. Just keep an eye on this one at the moment. We've got 3 classes all fighting for position here. At the front here we've got in 10th overall our Pro-Am leader John Bunny Mitchell. That is Yannick Shaper, an Am driver right behind him, and right behind him we've got Yaroshenko that we saw run wide on lap 1. Kev Walker has now got past Old Man Canty, and he's going to get a lot of pressure now from Graham Hefford as well. But let's jump back to this because these 3 are bumper to bumper. We've also now got Aero Vizuri going to soon make this a 4-way battle. Let's quickly jump back to Graham Hefford because he is very, very quick out of those corners. but that's Mikey Ball right behind Graham Hefford as well. Let's get the view that Yannick Schaefer has got as he puts a lot of pressure onto that rear diffuser of the Porsche. We see Yaroshenko just not quite got the same braking points as the perhaps slower cars in front of him. He's going to have to be very careful to manoeuvre around them. They're not going to be wanting to give places up. Although it's not a battle for points, they don't want to be letting others past to be able to get the AM drivers and the Pro-Am drivers in touch with them. So Bunny's not going to be giving these positions up very, very easily at all. That was Stevie Howes we saw running wide right in the midst of it. Caused a bit of carnage almost for John Bunny Mitchell as he didn't have the right line going into the corkscrew, run a bit wide, but that has enabled Shaper Yaroshenko. Cook is in the pits. Interesting. Cookie is in the pits. Why is Cookie in the pits? What happened to Homer and Gray and Garnham? So Garnham got turned round by Jordan Canty on the exit of the second lap. But what's happened to Homer was... Didn't see what happened to Homer. No, I can imagine Paul wasn't happy. But Steve Howes obviously had an issue because he was right back in the thick of it and it's taken forward in action, which means there's been changes of positions. Shaper is having a great race. 8th overall, got quite some distance between the nearest AM competitor, which is Jordan. Steve appears to be struggling as Aero now looking down the inside. Both run perhaps a little bit deep into turn one, but gets the move done. Yaroshenko has got past Shaper. I'd imagine Yannick probably didn't put up too much of a fight. It's not his battle. Two different classes, of course. Right. Rob Homer does look like he's been in the wars a bit. He's got a very scratched pull. Kev Walker is reeling in Jordan. Paul Garnham going past Mikey Ball. Mike would have given that up quite easy. Again, not a battle for points. Two different classes. Right, so let's just, now everyone's spread out a little bit, let's just touch base. So Steve Morgan is our current race leader. He's got Rich Gasson trying to close the gap. Just over half a second splitting these two. Dan Moffat currently in third, but some 5 seconds back from Richie Gasson. James Payton looking strong in fourth at the moment and keeping in touch with Dan in front of him. Chebenko 4 seconds behind James Payton in fifth at the moment. 1.8 seconds back we've got Paul Sims. Derek Bird 7th, 2.5 seconds back from Paul. Then we've got Yaroshenko that we saw go past Shaper. Shaper, our current AM leader, 9th overall at the moment. Steve Howes is in the pits. He's obviously struggling. Yeah, so Yannick Shaper is our current. So Paul got, Ash has let Paul go on through. So Paul trying to gain back some of these positions he lost on the opening lap. Aero is our current Pro-Am leader. Got a bit lucky when there was a bit of avoidance. And Steve Howes had a bit of an issue. John Bunny Mitchell is currently second in Pro-Am, 11th overall. Let's just check in with Frank because it looked like he was going to be making a move on Mikey Ball then, but I think he backed out of that. So Jordan Canty is currently second in AM, 12th overall. He's going to want to put as much distance as he can between him and Paul Garnham after the first lap. I think he's perhaps sniffs a time penalty. Graham Hefford is Miss Kev Walker just moving past Steve Howes, has just come out of the pits. Third in in AM, currently 13th overall. Let's jump back to this battle for the lead as Richie Gasson has reeled in Steve Morgan a little bit more. There's less than half a second splitting these two. Jump on board with the Nissan. Steve just getting the rear wheel onto the dirt, kicking up a bit of dirt, giving Rich. Let's just jump back to this because we've got John Bunny Mitchell trying to get a move done on Aero. If he goes down the inside. Aero takes the wider racing line. Bunny keeps it tight. He's going to have to keep it pinned. They go side by side. Bunny able to get the move done and make it stick. And now he's got Jordan Canty right behind him. Jordan is going to want to see if he can make a move to get past Aero, because that is Kev Walker in the Ferrari, who is ganging in on McLaren driver. Oh, what happened there? Let's have a quick look to see what happened, because he looked, Bunny kicks up some dirt. Oh, he just gets a couple of wheels onto the dirt and goes round the commentator's curse is back. But Bunny Mitchell, what's happened here? What's... we saw him run wide, so this is what we see here. So a couple of cars go past. Gets it all wrong. Gets it all wrong. Let's wait for the replay to finish. There we go. Should jump back now. So Bunny is in the pits. Heartbreaking for Bunny. He's in the pits, getting some damage repaired by the looks of it, and he's hemorrhaging places. That means Aero Visury is back in the lead of Pro-Am. Graham Hefford is second. Rob Homer is back up to third. Paul Garnham up to fourth in Pro-Am. So we've had some casualties tonight. Cookie has dropped out of the race as well. I don't know what the issue was that made him pit so early, but he's now retired the car. Let's jump back to Frank because he's once again reeling in Mikey Ball. This is Am v Am. McLaren versus McLaren. Our friendly Scouser plus our man in Amsterdam are just about to go at it. Frankie is reeling Mikey in again. Or at least was. Commentator's curse is back as he runs a bit deep going into the corkscrew and loses all of the momentum. So Rob Homer back on the charge after losing some places that I didn't see what happened. His car is looking a little bit worse for wear, but he's now reeled in Jordan Canty. He's going to want to get past Jordan as quickly as possible to see if he can get back onto terms with Graham Hefford, the other Pro-Am driver. I don't think Jordan is going to want to let him pass very easily because that red Ferrari in the background is Kev Walker. And Kev is another AM driver that wants to be chasing down Jordan and making moves as soon as possible. We've got 43 minutes left on the clock. Aero. What's happened to Aero? Graham Hefford has taken over as Pro-Am leader. Just gets the bumps. The bumps. After driving LMU so much and the physics being so good and the cars being able to take bumps how they should, it does make these things on ACC, makes me frown, makes me a little bit sad because I know how much the guys love ACC. But back to this battle as we see Rob Homer still pushing hard, still trying to reel in Jordan Canty, and he will now see the rear end of the other Porsche, the other Pro-Am driver, Aero Visury. He's going to want to get past Jordan to see if he can capitalise on the momentum lost from Aero. 360 no scope indeed is correct. Right. Paul Garnham is gone past Renato Ribeiro, but I think Renato just lets him past. We've now got Yaroshenko has reeled in Derek Bird. This is the battle for 7th position. Ferrari versus Porsche. This age-old battle of the manufacturers is unfolding again here at Laguna Seca. This tricky, bendy, tight, dusty track. It always delivers, but in the sense that it's normally off tracks and comings together that it brings, as we see the replay of our man in Amsterdam going down the inside of Mikey Ball at the last corner and getting the move done. Nicely done, Frankie. Back to this battle, Pro v Pro, Porsche v Ferrari. Is the Ferrari close enough in the slipstream? Probably not, because it is only a short straight. Hard on the brakes, trying to take a little bit of a wider line into and out of the track to get the momentum, but the Porsche so quick out of corners. Right, we'll keep an eye on this, of course, but Richie Gaston is really putting the pressure on. Hold on a second, because our man is Amsterdam is making moves left, right and centre as he's building old man Canty now. Frank using all of the track, trying to carry as much momentum and speed through the last corner he can. That Porsche again so quick out the corners. Rob still working on reeling in Jordan, but let's jump back to this. No, the Porsche gets the better exit again. This is soon going to become a 3-car battle, but Frank just runs a little bit deep, just loses some of that momentum, and he's got the race leaders. He's going to let pass. Nicely done, not getting involved, not wanting to play a part in the changing of the front two, and I think that is wise. Nicely done, our man in Amsterdam. Anybody doesn't know Frank, he's not actually from Amsterdam, he's just Dutch. But I can't think of many words other than clutch, such, much. The rhyme with Dutch. Right, again, he is under half a second. Not close enough. Oh, every time I jump back to Rob, he loses momentum. Kev Walker really reeling in the Pro-Am driver in front of him as Rob Homer just puts a couple of wheels onto the dirt, just loses a little bit more momentum to the Am driver behind him. Kev Walker having an absolutely stonking season here in Series 3 of the Luke Addison Racing Sunday Series. But Frank reeling in. Not close enough yet, but Richie Gasson is closer than he has been all race so far as he head to the corkscrew for the 16th time. Just under 37 minutes left on the clock. The curse is strong tonight, yes. Yes, it definitely is. The commentator's curse strikes again as Yaroshenko is in the pits. The Lamborghini just really strong in that last couple of corners. What's happened to Jordan? Let's just jump back 15 seconds. I can't be to blame for this one as Frank and Mikey Ball are in the pits. Oh, he just rides that sausage curve. Not the way you want to ride it. Gets airborne, loses the momentum, loses the positions. But the important one is that he lost that position to Kev Walker. So Kev now takes P2 in Am. Good evening, Chrissy Wilson. Why are you not racing tonight, my man? So, as this time approaches the pit stop time, we've seen it all season long, where pit stops can make or break your race. We saw Steve Morgan last week at Suzuka gain 2 positions from absolutely nailing the pit stop. Danny Moffat got it all sorts of wrong. Richie Gasson in the pits. So we'll keep an eye out to see when Steve Morgan makes his pit stop. Jordan is also in the pits. Well, I've got a bit of a break. Let's just check in with some of the other guys who we've not seen too much of tonight. GRDC Club Trustee Dan Moffat at his favourite track. Currently second. James in the AMG looking solid at the moment. Nice and smooth as we've come to expect from James. Jabenko in the awesome sounding Aston. Paul Sims not far behind Jabenko. Paul Sims also GRDC Club Trustee and the head of stewarding. Someone you should all be very, very nice to. Richie Gasson is out of the pits. But with this being such a small track, of course, back markers are always going to be a play part. They're not exactly back markers at the moment, but of course, Richie Gasson has pitted, but he's got AM driver and Pro-Am driver in front of him. He's going to want to get past as quickly as possible. Of course, they both still have to pit. Danny Moffat and James Payton are also pitting at the moment. Steve Howes is catching Jordan. Yaroshenko still trying to get past Derek Bird. They are side by sides. They head up towards the corkscrew. 2 different lines going into the corkscrew. 2 different lines coming out of the corkscrew. 2 pro drivers going at it. Really great racing from the pair of them. We see so many times cars coming together through the corkscrew. This is why these guys are pro drivers. As I say that, the commentator's curse strikes again as Yaroshenko just comes off the bumps funny again and kicks up some dirt and loses the place that he just got. As we see Richie Gasson trying to go round Kev Walker. I would imagine Kev will yield going. Doesn't yield at all. Rich is going to want to get past Kev as quickly as possible, because he's just losing time to potentially to Steve Morgan at the moment. As Paul Sims, Graham Hefford and Aero Visuri are in the pits, as Rich does get past. Can Yaroshenko get the move done again? I've been in after the hour. Right, never mind, mate. Glad you remembered to sign out. Steve Morgan is in the pits now. So we need to see where Rich Gasson is. And did he lose time while behind Kev Walker? Keep an eye on that, but these two nice and close again. Right. Where is Richie Gasson? Steve is already down the pit lane. And away. But of course, this pit lane is treacherous and long and awkward. Richie Gasson has definitely lost time to Steve Morgan. Let's jump back to the battle between Bird and Yaroshenko, as Mikey Ball does a very good job of moving out of the way and letting the two pro drivers continue this battle. Kev Walker, Renato Ribeiro are both in the pits at the moment. Steve Howes now trying to get back some of the positions he lost, as he reeling in John Bunny Mitchell. Chibenko also in the pits now as well. So that will leave only two people left to pit. That's Shaper and Ash Canty. Shaper is in the pits now. Timing tower going mad as people pit and the positions start to work themselves out again. Yaroshenko close, but is he close enough to try and maybe make a move? That was Steve Howes going past John Bunny Mitchell. I don't think Bunny would have put up too much of a fight. He's normally quite good at just letting the pros get on with their own race. Oh no, he actually ran wide. He actually ran wide. Let's keep an eye on this battle, but we've also got Paul Sims reeling in Chibenko. Not seen much of Chibenko or Sims so far, but it's the battle behind him that is the closest one on track at the moment. But not close enough yet. As we see Jordan showing his nose down the inside of Kev Walker. This is Am v Am. This is a battle for third in Am. This is where the points can be scored if Jordan can get. Oh, it's just runs a little bit wide on the exit, kicking out a bit of dirt. Who's just losing bits of momentum. Show me that Chibenko has been overtaken by Paul Sims, but he's actually got in the pits. Well, he's got to stop, go 30. So that will be speeding in the pit lane. Steve Howes is past Ash Canty. Don't think Ash would have put up much of a battle. Not a battle for points, but this is where the battle for points is. Jordan Canty having a great season and really taking this race to current AM Championship leader Kev Walker. As Ash now is in the pits. Ash Canty These two have been going at it all race long. This is the battle for 6th place overall, 6th place in Pro. Right, there's a bit of a gap. We've got 25 minutes left on this round 5 race. Steve Morgan is your current race leader and doing a great job in the pits, as we've come to expect from Steve. He's got a 3.5 second lead over Richie Gasson. I spoke about it before the race, that this being such a short track, can the back markers from, well, not even necessarily back markers, but other classes come into play, and it potentially did for Rich, as we see Chabenko moving down the inside of Jordan and separating Kev from Jordan again, but Chabenko will be reeling in Kev Walker, I expect, next. So a chance for Jordan to try and why is it slow in showing that they swapped places? That's bizarre. Sometimes the timing tower likes to do things to confuse me. So while we watch this battle, let's just update you what's happening with this, because these races, there is not a race next weekend. It is the mid-season break, so no race next weekend before we enter the second half of the series, where we will be at Imola. So another track with those bumps that can cause so many issues in ACC, at least, anyway. Derek just taking a tighter line in the Porsche there, covering the inside off from any move attempt from the Ferrari driver behind him. Absolutely, Mr. Wallace. If you've not hit that like button yet, would you mind doing so? It does help us out massively. Have you subscribed? If you're not subscribed, why the hell not? Smash that subscribe button and you can see these races for the next 6 weeks. Well, 5 weeks after next week. As we run to the end of the Luke Addison Racing Sunday Series. Right, we're nicely spread out again, so let's just have a look. So Danny Moffat is currently 3rd. He's some 10 seconds behind Richie Gasson. James Payton still looking nice and solid in 4th. Going to score some good points this evening. Again, James having a really good, smooth season. Paul Sims 10 seconds back from James Payton. He's not had... You know, he's not enjoying the McLaren as much as his beloved Ferrari. Was quite surprised to see him out of the Ferrari for this season. Yaroshenko and Derek Bird 6th and 7th and still going at it. These guys have hardly been further apart than 5 tenths. We've hardly seen Graham Hefford. Graham races ACC and LMU here at GRDC, and this is his first season and he's having a cracking season, currently leading Pro-Am 8th overall. young Mr. Shaper. Yannick is having a great race, keeping it nice and clean. No dramas, and he is looking good for his AM lead. Let's just check back in with these guys, because they're again nice and close, almost bumper to bumper. Yannick, yes, leading the AM class, 9th overall, and has got quite a bit of distance between him and the second placed AM of Kev Walker. Let's just jump back here, and because Kev has got past John Bunny Mitchell. John Bunny Mitchell now has Jabenko right up his chuff. His pro driver's going to want to make his way back up the grid, the pack, as quickly as he can. We've got just over 19 and a half minutes left on round 5. Goes down the inside, John Bunny Mitchell. John would have made it nice and easy for him. That's not his battle. I'll say that. He's not giving it up that easily. As they're side by side as they head down to turn 1. But he's also now got race leader Steve Morgan right behind. And this is the traffic we were talking about. Although the guy is doing a cracking job to let them past, it is such a small bendy track that there is the potential for these gaps to be closed. Richie Gasson is now only less under 1.5 seconds behind Steve Morgan. You see Bunny doing a great job of not slowing down. Our P2 place driver, and he's got 18 minutes left to see if he can reel in the race leader and see if he can take that top step on the podium. And there is back markers to deal with, who are also trying to close down other drivers in their class. This is Kev Walker, our second place in AM. As Chabenko goes past, and now Steve Morgan is these little indecisions like that. Is he going to go left? Is he going to go right? And that is giving the opportunity for Richie Gasson to try and close the door a little bit more, as he makes sure he gets the move done past the back marker as quickly as possible. Now that gap is 0.8 of a second. We will obviously keep an eye on that, but Yaroshenko still so close, but not close enough to get a move done. Old man Canty goes past Mikey Ball with a bit of ease there. What happened to Mike? Let's just jump back and have a look. Just gets the corkscrew wrong. Does a good job of coming back onto track without causing anybody any issues. But he's right there, right on the rear diffuser of Ash, who just obviously gained the place from Mikey running wide. Is he going to be able to put pressure on the Porsche and try and get that place back? This is showing John Bunny Mitchell has gone. Oh, Kev! We've seen it time after time. Laguna Seca never fails to deliver, but not in a nice way. Kev just run a little bit wide in the exit of the last corner. kicked up a bit of dirt, but unfortunately got spun round in the meantime. Mikey Ball down the inside of Ash at the corkscrew. Ash not giving it up. This is a battle for points. This is a battle for 19th position. Am versus Am. Great driving from the two Am drivers. Mike gets the move done. And Ash also has to back off for a lapping car as well. Mike's lifted too much to let the car pass, and Ash has got back in front of the McLaren driver. It's all going on in this race. Yaroshenko just still can't get quite close enough. The only time he got past him, he then went a little bit deep and lost the position back straight away. Absolutely battles all through the tail end, and these guys having to cope with the fast drivers wanting to get past them as quickly as possible as well. But now look, you can see Mikey Ball's McLaren up the front there, but he's got Steve Morgan, Richie Gasson catching and closing in fast. Now there is a battle, there is a gaggle of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars in front of our two race leaders. Now this is what we was talking about. Can this potentially cause issues for our two race leaders? Richie Gasson closer than he has been for the last few laps. The backmarker's doing a absolutely fantastic job to let these guys through, as we see Mikey Ball and Steve Howes nearly coming together in the background as the cars all sort themselves out again. And still the traffic comes for Stevie Morgan and Richie Gasson. They've now got old man Canty to get past next. Ash will let them pass nice and easy. As it moves out of the way. It's not easy braking for the corkscrew. That off camber can make it so unsettling. Ash has gone off in the background. Probably maybe a little bit of commentator's curse as he reverses into the wall for good measure as well. It always produces. It certainly does. On board with Richie Gasson. That is GRDC Club Trustee Aero Vissuri in the black Porsche in front of Steve Morgan's Lamborghini. Aero moving out of the way, coming off of the line for these guys as they approach the corkscrew. For the 34th time, 11 minutes left on the clock. 11 minutes for Richie Gasson to try and set something up. Good evening, mate. How are you this evening? We even won today. Nothing could possibly dampen this day. Yaroshenko still trying to set something up to get past Derek Bird. These guys have been going at it all race long. But that Porsche just so quick out of the corners. Right. Chabenko, after his stop, go 30. He's currently 11th. He's got Aero Vissuri in front of him. Oh, that's Richie Gasson in the... What happened to Rich? This cannot be blamed on me for the commentators. Goes just runs a little bit deep, gets the rear wheels onto the corner and around he goes. It is even catching out our leading pro drivers. As we jump back to the action, he is still second, but now 13.5 seconds back from race leaders Steve Morgan. Oops, what's happened here? Was there contact? What is... Oh, it's the bump. It's the bump. How many times have we spoken about the physics tonight? The ACC physics, how cars take bumps. How they shouldn't actually react taking bumps. It is so frustrating, and that was finally the opportunity that Yaroshenko needed, as Derek, he's lost the one position, but that battle has been going on all race long, and he's going to be so frustrating. I really feel for Derek. He was doing superb, but Paul Garnham now, after his... Nobody look away, because it was Jordan that caused the incident at the beginning, I believe, and now Paul Garnham has finally caught back up to Jordan. This could be fireworks. Let's just hope the adrenaline has settled just a little. Will Jordan just give the place up? Because it's not a battle for points. This is Pro-Am driver Paul Garnham in the Nissan and Am driver Jordan Canty in the McLaren. But he's not close enough yet. Just lost a little bit of momentum as Jordan runs wide on the exit of the last corner. This is going to be the opportunity that Paul Garnham needed, but it doesn't look like Jordan is going to be giving it up anytime soon. Not that he has to, of course. It's just not a battle for points. It doesn't matter who I'm on board with when we go to Helicam, you can always hear the Porsche in the distance. Can't even see the Porsche on the screen, but you can hear it. And who is that right behind? That is Paul Sims. Paul Sims looking to put a lap on Paul Garnham and Jordan. So they were going to be having to yield very, very shortly. And the straight, of course, is the best place to do it. Just a little lift will give the opportunity for Paul to go past or not. Chibenko reeling Mr. Shape at him. Keep an eye on that, but Kev Walker has reeled. Oh, hold on, no, was he going to make the move? No, he is, no, he isn't, yes he is, no he's not, yes he is. Goes down the inside. He's going to have the inside for turn 1. Nicely done by the pro driver. Paul Garnham. Oh, so close to getting the move done. But I fear this battle is going to go all the way as Jordan again just gets a couple of wheels onto the dirt on the exit of the last corner. Paul is down the inside. They are side by side. Paul goes down the inside, moves back to the racing line and gets the move done, sealed and delivered as Jordan again rides the sausage curb. Kev Walker trying to go to the outside of John Bunny Mitchell. 4 minutes left on the clock. Four minutes left on the clock. 4 minutes to get any final moves and positions taken. Steve Morgan, a nice 13-second lead at the moment over Richie Gasson. Going to be so frustrated to have given up those 13 seconds by having a spin. Of course, Danny Moffat is currently sitting third in the pro and taking that final tier on the podium. Richie Gaston does have the fastest lap though, a 1:22.782. Very nice indeed. Graham Hefford just got race leader Steve Morgan right behind him at the moment, but he is P8 overall and he won in Pro-Am, making it nice and easy for the race leaders to get past. Aero Visuri, our smooth talking Finn Club trustee, is currently second in Pro-Am, 11th overall. John Bunny Mitchell looking good to take that third step on the podium and score big points once again tonight. Having a cracking season is Bunny. There are 2 minutes left on the clock as we look at our P1 in Am. Yannick Shaper, another solid race from Yannick tonight. Really good 10th overall. Going to score big in Pro-Am. Kev Walker second, and 4 places behind Yannick. Kev having an absolute stonking season. And before tonight's race was a current Am leader. Jordan Canty is third in Pro-Am. Potential stewarding inquiry for the first lap incident could potentially, if the outcome doesn't go his way, could potentially lose that third place as Renato Ribeiro is 2.5 seconds behind him. But Stevie Morgan is crossing the line to start his 42nd and final lap of the race. Super smooth, super fast race from Stevie Morgan once again tonight. Just managed to keep Richie Gasson at bay. but races here are all about keeping it clean. Don't kick up the dust. And a little bit of luck with back markers as well. As he heads to the corkscrew for the final time of round 5. He just needs to keep it clean. He just needs to keep it pinned. And race victory for Steve is only one corner away as he heads round the last corner. Well done. Stevie Morgan takes the race win, takes the honours, flashes his lights. Well done. Richie Gasson is going to take second. Well done. Danny Moffat takes third. Graham Hefford has already crossed the line for P1 in Pro-Am. Air of Zuri's crossed the line for P2 in Pro-Am. John Bunny Mitchell has crossed the line for P3. Shaper has won Am. Kev Walker comes second. Jordan Canty and Renato Jordan takes the third position until the steward's inquiry, of course. Renato taken fourth. Oof, I am absolutely shattered. So that is your race winner. Thank you very much. Don't forget to smash that like button for us. And just before I bid you farewell, I'm going to just leave you with this for a moment. Before I bid you farewell tonight, you saw how tight the track was tonight. You saw how many potential incidents there could have been. And I just want to let you know how well these guys do this, and how hard they try. 11 recorded contact incidents. Take a bow, chaps, because that is bloody brilliant. Big ups to all of our drivers and our podium finishers tonight. We've got coming this week at GRDC, we have got on Wednesday, we have the warm-up round for our World Sprint Championship. We just saw the promo video for the end. It is being sponsored by Coach Dave Delta. We need some GT3 drivers, more GT3 drivers. We got a full complement of hypercars drivers. We need some more GT3 drivers. So if you want to get involved, there is a £6 entry fee. And that covers the cost of our our duo commentary team. We've got trophies going out to class overall winners and podiums. We've got a digital program with driver profiles. We're having driver interviews on the stream. We've got trophies going out. We've got setup bundles to give away. We've got Coach Dave Delta prizes as well. Come get involved. And if you drive a GT3, even better. Join the Discord, sign up on the SimGrid. Other than that, I bid you good night. Catch you in a week's time. Back on this for round 6 after the mid-season break from Imola. Night, chaps.